Hey everyone, Marissa McNamara here from BT BOCES, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the new screen recording tools on a Chromebook. Now, before we get started, if you're not seeing any of these new updates on your Chromebook, be sure that you are turning your Chromebook off regularly. So Chrome is always updating their OS system, and in order for those updates to be pushed out to your devices, whether it be a teacher device, a personal device, or your students' devices, they need to be turning off or at least restarting your Chromebook on a regular basis. So it's best practice at the end of every day to make sure that you are turning off your Chromebook to ensure that you're getting the most recent updates. All right, so I am on my Chromebook, and in order to pull up the innate screen recording tool, you're going to actually hold the Control, Alt, and Window switcher key. Now, when you use that keyboard shortcut, it's going to pull up this little menu. So it's going to default right here. This is also how you can take a screenshot. And so the same is for your students as well. So if you wanted to take a screenshot or a snip of part of your screen, you would also use that same keyboard shortcut of Control, Alt, and the Windows switcher key in order to pull up this menu. But in this case, we're going to do screen record. And now I am super excited about this update because this will allow students also to use this screen recorder to demonstrate their learning, to explain and give a how-to video or explain their reasoning or their thinking behind their work that they've been doing on the computer, and then submit that to their teacher. And what is awesome now that we live in the land of EdLaw 2D is that this is built right into their Chromebook. So you don't have to worry about using an outside platform in order to do this. So I have now selected it to be on the video, the screen recorder. And so since it is recording the screen, it really is just recording the screen itself. So if you wanted like a picture-in-picture, as of right now, that is not a capability that it allows. We have some other menu options here. So by clicking this, it allows to record the entire screen. The next option records partial screen, so I could actually click it and then highlight and drag, almost similar if you're familiar with the snipping tool of selecting a specific portion that you want to snip. Same kind of idea. You're just selecting a portion of your screen that you want to record. And then this last one is recording a specific window that you have open. I think the easiest to keep track of and to navigate, whether it be with teachers or with students, is to use one of these two options. Typically, I like to operate in recording full screen because then I don't have to worry about if I'm not recording the correct thing and then I have to redo it. So I usually just close out all the things that I wouldn't want people to see, and then I just record my whole screen. So if we select that, and then just to begin, as it prompts you, it says click anywhere to record full screen. Now, before you start, and I struggled with this the first few times that I did this, you need to make sure that first time that by going to the settings, and you would have to probably let your students know this as well, clicking on the settings, it defaults to have the microphone turned off. So just make sure that you toggle that on so that it can record the microphone and then it can record your speech. Otherwise, when you play it back, you're like, oh my gosh, why can't it hear me? Make sure that in your settings that is turned on. And so then it's going to prompt us with a countdown. And then I can go ahead and it is recording my screen. I can pull up a new window. And so it really is in the background running and recording everything that is going on. So down here, you can see that I have a little stop button. And so if I'm done with my recording, I will click stop. And then another new feature with this is now down here, this is called the tote. And so what that tote does is it holds a small number of recently downloaded files down here. So it actually makes it really easy to click and drag them and move them into various places. So not only are your files down here for recently downloaded in that new feature again of the tote. And as a reminder, if you're not seeing this, be sure that you restart your Chromebook in order to get the updates. But when I go to my Google Drive, you can see now that my screen recording is here. It titles it screen recording with the date that you took it. And so by just right clicking or two-finger tap on a trackpad on a Chromebook, I can rename it and I could give it a different name to make it easier for me to find. But it is nice that it is automatically saved right into your Google Drive when you're using your Chromebook. So that just about does it for this video on the new screen recording feature on Chromebook. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope that you can find a use for it in your instruction or using it with your students to demonstrate their learning.